Okay guys, so we're out here at this sand experiment, cold weather breakdown. And one of the things that I wanted to go over with you guys real quick is something that I'm going to have to go over with these guys at the end of this scenario is how you dress in a situation like this is paramount to your survival. Now obviously if you break down in a vehicle, you may not have the right clothing on your body, but you better have the right clothing in your vehicle so that if you do break down and you have to leave that vehicle, like in this situation, to get to high ground for signaling or to get out of a bottom area that's a cold air sink, then you need to make sure you've got the right clothing in your vehicle to put on. So what I want to go over with you guys today right now is real quick, what am I wearing out here? Because I'm toasty warm, okay? So first of all, you have to understand that while it's important to keep your body core temperature alive and well and regulated, the only way you can do that is to keep your extremities warm as well, because that blood circulates constantly. So if your extremities are cold and that blood circulating around is taking cold blood right back to your core all the time, sooner or later your core temperature is going to drop. So you've got to keep your extremities warm. So I'm wearing a pair of thick wool socks. I'm wearing a pair of Muck Arctic Pro boots. I've got on wool gloves with military Arctic style mittens with quilted liners in them that are very thick and toasty that I can just put my hands in when they get chilly and leave them there when I'm not working. Pull them out when I am and I'm ready to go again, but I've got wool Czechoslovakian military liners on, okay? On my head, I'm wearing a merino wool scarf, like a buff that goes over my face if I need it to. And then I've got a leather bomber hat on that has actual rabbit fur inside of it on my head to keep that heat from escaping through my head and neck area. I've got the Empire Canvas shirt on with underneath that, this is made out of 100% wool. Underneath that, I've got a 100% wool military sweater, and below that, I've got an Under Armour t-shirt. Then on the outside, I've got a wind-breaking layer and a moisture barrier layer, and this is just a 1950s era Korean War anorak that's been oil-skinned by Chance Sanders for me, and this is basically my wind-breaking layer. Then I have wool pants on with wool underwear on underneath of those, and then a pair of Under Armour underwear below that. So from head to toe, I'm dressed in layers to keep myself and my body regulated. I can strip layers off, I can put layers on if I need to, but if I'm going to be exposed for a long period of time, and that's what most people die from is exposure in cold weather environments, I'm not really exposed. I can put the hood up on this thing if I need to. I've got two hoods on this. I've got one on the anorak, I've got one on the wool blanket shirt. I can lock this thing in, lock it up, pull up that buff, and I can pretty much protect my whole face if I need to from any element very easily, just like this. I'm in good shape. Put these mittens on, hunker down beside a tree if I had to, and some cover and some pine or something like that, and I really don't have to have the creature comforts of another cover and fire if I can't affect that. So the way you dress is 90% of your survivability when it comes to cold weather environments, and that's your first line of cover, which is one of the 5 C's of survivability. So remember that. I hope you guys enjoyed this segment, and I'll be back with another one as soon as I can.